cut to the Phantom leaving the planet and jumping into hyperspace. We then cut to Vader stood on Tython, with Cal knelt in front of him in cuffs.
Comfortable?
Not really.
Your feelings for the woman have made you weak.
Just you keep your end of the bargain.
I will continue to act in my self-interest, which at this moment keeps you alive and does not involve the slaughter of an entire planet.
Understood. The Jedi shuttle leaves hyperspace above Tython and lands a short distance away. Leia exits the ship. Vader releases the cuffs on Cal and reaches for his lightsaber to strike him down, but Leia pulls Cal out of the way with the Force.
Get to my ship. I'll face him alone.
Cal nods and runs to the ship.
Princess Leia Organa, a Jedi. Unexpected. Not the Jedi I was hoping for.
Am I not? Father?
Vader's eyes go wide.
Luke is my brother. You are my father. Padme Amidala is my mother. You've murdered her. And now you will pay for what you have done.
Leia ignites her lightsaber and lunges at Vader. Vader takes a defensive stance, stunned at what she's just said. He blocks every strike but is initially unwilling to strike at Leia. Eventually, Leia uses the Force to throw a boulder at Vader, and he staggers backwards.
Your strength is impressive.
Leia continues her assault on Vader. She throws her lightsaber at Vader and he deflects it. He swings back at her, and she ducks underneath it and kicks Vader in the back. She catches her lightsaber, she follows up and slashes Vader across the shoulder. The Venom symbiote squirms and screeches in pain, and Vader is overcome with pain and anger. He sends a Force shockwave at Leia and follows up with red lightning, throwing her back into a rock. Vader approaches Leia until he stops. He hears something in the distance, and is then immediately hit by the Phantom and is driven into a cliff. Ahsoka drops down and grabs Leia by the hand.
Come on, let's go!
The two run towards the Jedi shuttle and the ship takes off. Out of the flaming wreckage, Venom emerges, roaring in pain.
You cannot enslave me any longer.
You and your kind are now mine.
Venom screams and is absorbed back into Vader, and forms back into Vader's upgraded armor. Vader then looks up at the sky in contemplation. The scene cuts to the Jedi shuttle coming out of hyperspace to Arc 2. The ship lands, Ahsoka and Cal help Leia down the ramp. Luke runs up to them. You made it! Ahsoka, there's someone here to see you. Merrin walks up behind Luke and embraces Cal. The two kiss. Merrin turns to Ahsoka and bows.
Thank you for saving Cal.
It wasn't me.
Ahsoka gestures to Leia, who gives a nod to Merrin, but then looks down in shame. We need to leave now. Vader knows I sent Merrin to Senator Organa to find you. He will find us here eventually. We need to fight him. We can't run forever. I agree. And he threatened to slaughter Alderaan until he finds you.
When I fought him, when I struck his back, it weakened the creature, bonded to him.
So, heat is its weakness.
I have an idea. When the armored demon attacked my home, he used a machine that breathes fire.
General Grievous used a defoliator tank on Dathomir?
If we could repair it, it would even the odds. Vader and his forces would lose their advantage.
Then, that's our plan. Luke, show Cal to the encrypted long-range communicator. Cal, I want you to send a message to any of the surviving rebel leaders. Bail Organa, Saw Gerrera, all of them. Tell them to meet us on Dathomir.
The group nod to each other and get moving. We cut to the Jedi shuttle coming out of hyperspace to Dathomir and landing at the Night Sister Temple. After a while, the other rebels show up. They salvage the defoliator tank and begin to work on it. A few engineers work at repairing the destroyed battle droids left around. Leia and Luke sit inside the temple contemplating what they have to do. Something's been troubling you since you faced him.
When I faced him, I didn't care about saving Cal. I just wanted to kill Vader.
That's not you, Leia.
Aren't you angry? Your trust in Ahsoka and the Order's shaken.
No, Ahsoka did what she thought was right. Look what happened. You found out the truth and rushed to fight him. And in your anger, you put us all at risk.
I'm sorry.
Don't be. I would have done the same thing. There's always a lesson in failure.
Are you scared of ending up like him?
No, because we have something he didn't have.
What?
Faith. In his friends, in his teachers, in doing the right thing. R2-D2 rolls in and lets out a few beeps before playing a hologram, this time of Padme Amidala's dying words.
Obi-Wan. There's good in him. I know there's still.
The twins look at each other before being called to action by a rebel officer. The twins walk up to Ahsoka at the mobile command center.
We are ready. Merrin has rallied the Knight Brothers to the fight. The battle droids are repaired, and the tank is repaired, fueled and loaded. It's time to make the call.
Cut to Vader on the Executor. Grand Admiral Thrawn approaches him. My lord, we're receiving a transmission from a Jedi.
Put it through immediately and trace it.
The transmission is played.
Hello, Master. It's been a while.
Surrender my children and you will be shown mercy. This is your final chance.
It's time we finish this. Alderaan doesn't need to die. I know, you're tracking his signal. I'll see you on Dathomir.
The transmission cuts off.
She may not be a Jedi, but she retains their weakness, their compassion, just as I planned.
Inspiring, my Emperor.
Make all preparations. We leave for Dathomir at once.
Yes, my lord. We now cut back to Dathomir. The rebel forces stand united in front of the temple alongside the repaired battle droids and the Knight Brothers. Cal Kestis stands to lead the charge while Ahsoka, Luke and Leia isolate themselves in the jungle. After a while, the Star Destroyers come out of hyperspace. The troop transports leave the ships and land in the jungles below. After a while, all goes quiet. Merrin, remember how we met?
When I tried to kill you?
Remember what with? Merrin nods and runs back to the temple. All eyes are fixed on the tree line. The rebels raise their weapons and Cal ignites his lightsaber. Suddenly, the symbiote troopers come sprinting from the trees and swarm the rebels. The rebels open fire and Cal rushes forward and begins cutting them down. At first, the symbiote troopers have all the momentum and the rebels are overwhelmed until the Night Sister Army of the Dead run out of the trees and pile on the symbiote troopers. The battle is a chaotic mixture of blaster fire and melee combat. Cut to Ahsoka, Luke and Leia in the jungle. They all begin to sense a dark presence and they all look around frantically. And suddenly... And that is where this part ends.